Once, after a war, the army, they left one of their planes in a deep jungle. When the war was over, they quickly left, and in that hurry they forgot one airplane in one of the deep jungles. A few years later, a tribe which was never coming out of the jungle, they were always living in that deep jungle. They found that plane. They did not know what it was. They'd never come out of their own community. They'd never come out of that region that they were in. So they'd never seen what this was, and they did not know what it was. To the bestest of their imagination, they thought this was some kind of modern bullock cart, because this is what they were used to, using bullocks to do their farming and other things. So they took that small plane and started using this as a bullock cart. And they were very happy that they have now one more thing as a bullock cart. A few days later, a person passed by who was living not in that region, but somewhere outside, who had some exposure to outside, who had seen cars, buses, trucks. So he said, "Look, this is not a bullock cart. I think this is a car. Let me fix it, and then we can use it." So he did his thing, and then everyone was even more happy. Suddenly they were amazed to see that without a bull, without a horse, they could use this as a car, and everyone was enjoying that, driving in it, riding in it, and going from here and there, just in their own community for a very long time. Until one day, a pilot, he arrived, somehow he found his way through that jungle. He saw what these guys were doing. He saw the entire drama that they had pulled around that airplane. He didn't try to explain anything to them. He just looked into the plane. He saw, actually, to his surprise, everything was working. So he sat in the cockpit. He invited some of those tribal people along with him. And then he took off. In the next minutes, he took off and he was in the air. To the people that were in the plane with him, they could not believe what had happened, where they were living. They had never seen where they were living and the beauty of this entire place where they were living. And now they could see it from the plane. And those guys on the ground, they thought, these will never come back. They have gone crazy, some devil have taken them. But of course, the plane came back. What I want to tell you with that story is the same has happened with meditation. Meditation has been seen as a tool for relaxation. That's just the bullock cart version of what meditation is for. Yes, you can use it for relaxation after work. You're very stressed. You need your 5 minutes. You can do that. No harm in that. You can also use this as the car for more efficiency. You do your 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the morning. You're fully energized. You're fully there. And then you can do whatever you were otherwise doing in daily mundane stuff and continue doing that. But meditation is neither designed for efficiency nor designed just for relaxation. It's a tool to lift you off the ground into another dimension, into the sky, into the dimension of divine, of godliness, of God. This is what it is made for. Whether you want to use it for the bullock cart, for relaxation, or you want to use it for just having more energy, or you want to use it for godliness, to experience God, to experience divine. What is this divine? What is this God? What is this godliness that I'm talking about? When your life's experience is so that whatever you see, whatever you listen, whatever you experience, you see the truth the beauty, the bliss in everything that you see, in everything that you listen, in your entire experience of life. There is truth, there is beauty, there is bliss. That means you are in divinity, you are in godliness, you are God, because then everything is God. Everything is God, everything is divine. You are God, you are divine. But again, the word God, such a misused, abused word. If you are in the world of business, you would understand this. What we have done to this word God, we have made it as a customer service department of life. In our life's experience, whenever there is a complaint, whenever there is a wish, an order to place, we go to the customer service department of life, to God. Otherwise, we leave the customer service aside. God is not customer service. God is the product itself. God is the experience, the product that you are here for itself, the life, the aliveness, the truth, the beauty, the bliss of life. But you have to experience this. You have to have that silence in you in which you can experience this. If this was so easy, if this experience of life was so easy to be having bliss, to have truth, to have beauty, why don't we experience it? Why don't we experience God? The same question was asked by one of the disciples to Buddha. Buddha did not answer immediately. He said, let's do an experiment. Let's do a survey. You go out in the village and knock every door, ask everyone, what do you want in life? What are you really seeking in life? Just note it down on a piece of paper and come back in the evening, report to me, and then I'll answer your question. So the disciple went. He went throughout the village, knocking every door, asking what are they seeking, what they want in life. And then he comes back halfway through. When he's coming back, he's tired throughout the day, knocking hundreds of doors. He somewhat understood what Buddha wanted to teach him, what was the lesson. Because throughout this day, or knocking all these hundreds of doors, he saw that almost every house, every person was asking for the same thing. Every person was asking for the same thing, for more money, or for more health, or for more pride, or more fame, or something or the other. They were only asking for things of the mundane. No one was seeking for truth. No one was seeking for bliss. No one was seeking God. That was the teaching of Buddha to this disciple, that unless you're seeking for it, you would not get it. People don't get it because they don't seek for it. We are so occupied in the mundane. We are so occupied in everyday life's circle. We never take a moment to rise above the mundane. And meditation is that opportunity, is that way to rise above the mundane and not have the life's experience of just a bullock cart or a car, but of the airplane, where you can have this dimension of divinity, of godliness, of God in your own life.